Stratosphere. Dave Fink alongside the legendary Fred Lewis, about to start this men's small ball pro doubles final, Dave, between the two living legends, John Bike Jr., 45 years old, his brother-in-law, Naughty Alvarado Jr., currently ranked number 3 in the world, taking on the newly crowned king, Braulio Shorty Ruiz, and his partner, Eddie Chapa. Fred, we're going to have a quick interview here with John Bike. Miss O is going to go over and ask John Bike a real quick question before we get underway here and get the player introductions. Miss O.
Yes, thanks, Dave. I got John here. Hey, John, let me get a few words with you. Would you ever think that you'd be playing for this title ever again?
Yeah, the shoes are working out great. I mean, they're a little flashy, and the laces in the light especially, but, I'm sorry, what? Oh, yeah, no, honestly, no, spur of the moment. We just entered last week. We found out the kids had no sports yesterday, and this is as good as it could be, I guess.
Okay, all right. Back to you, Dave.
Great, thank you, Miss O. We're going to have Miss O introduce our players, and we'll be underway very shortly here, live from the Stratosphere. Fred, you've been around pro handball for over 40 years. What's it like to see two legends, two guys in their latter stages of their career here competing for a World Pro Championship?
Well, you could say that that this tournament has been just one big surprise after another, with the top seeds being knocked out in the early rounds. And so, yeah, I think it's great. When things don't follow format and you've got surprises, then it makes for great commentary.
Absolutely. Miss O is going to give the player introductions, and we're going to get underway. Miss O.
Thanks, Dave. Welcome to the men's small ball pro double finals, live from the Stratosphere Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. Here I got Natty Alvarado and John Bike versus Shorty and Eddie. Good luck, guys, and let's play ball.
Great introduction there from our lovely sideline reporter, Miss O. Fred, and we're underway. It's Shorty going for the slam. Nearly completed the triple crown, Fred, as he was in the semifinals of the big ball doubles as well. As we know, Dave, Shorty, one of the many Cinderella stories here at this event, upset number 1 seed Dave Chapman, and then number 2 seed Sean Lenning, also defeated the young and incredibly strong Nikolai Nahorniak along the way, and he and his partner Eddie Chapa now in the final, taking on the incredibly ageless Naughty Alvarado and his stalwart brother-in-law John Bike. Fred, what are Eddie Chapa and Shorty Ruiz going to need to do here today to come out here on top?
Well, I think first and foremost, they're going to have to get Naughty Jr.'s serve back. He served phenomenal yesterday in his quarterfinal, semifinal wins. Key to victory there for them. John Bike, of course, very steady. They're going to keep the ball in play, and I think it's going to come down to a battle of quickness up front to see whether Eddie and Shorty can out-quick them in the front court.
Tiebreaker 11. Our referee, Dave, is one of the best in the business, Tommy Little. We just have a quick minute here while Tommy Little puts the microphone on.
Dave, I know you're a creature of habit and you keep calling me Dave, okay? Let's switch over.
You're not Dave?
I'm not Dave. Dave is on the court playing right now for the championship in the 100 and over division. It's 100 kilos and over.
I didn't know they let anyone not named Dave in this booth. Shorty's starting with a lob serve, almost short. This ball looks a little bit funky, Fred. It looks a little bit slow.
I think it's the court. This court's been beat up between the rain and the sunshine.
a serve we see a lot in 4-wall, Dave, the lob serve. You don't see that too much in 3-wall.
Yeah, I think they're feeling each other out right now.
The court, Fred, definitely looks quite a bit slower than we saw it early in the week. It is made of plywood, so the rain certainly would deaden those boards. And look at that amazing get from Shorty Ruiz.
Side out.
Yeah, it looks to me like both teams starting out very cautious, not taking too many chances, pulling their strokes actually.
0 serves 1.
Give them a few points before they start warming up.
You know, Fred, Eddie Chapa has been around this game for over 20 years from Southern California. Shorty just now coming into his own, but certainly they both know of Nadi Alvarado Jr. and John Bike Jr. How nerve-wracking is that for these guys to play against two guys that they've really idolized for their entire handball lives?
I don't think that's going to be a factor. You know, I've been watching Shorty play for years. I saw him come up through the juniors. He's got ice water in his veins. He's just a tremendous competitor. And, you know, as soon as the adrenaline starts going, you're going to see some phenomenal handball. Eddie, of course, is a very good doubles player. And he's also a great competitor.
1.
For those of us, Fred, out here last night past 2 in the morning, we watched Shorty Ruiz and Eddie take out Chip Morales and Andy Nett, and their teamwork, Fred, in the 3-wall court is just outstanding. They both know where to be at all times.
Yeah, they really know how to play doubles. They play a lot of great doubles in Southern California.
That's one of those funky shots. It just did clip the front wall, and now it's...
Yeah, play it over. Gotta play it over.
Nadi frustrated there, but really there was nowhere for Eddie to go.
Well, you know, he could have moved a little bit more to the center of the court. I kind of agree with Nadi on that one.
Replay, 2 serves 1.
Much like Dave, Fred, already disagreeing with me.
Yeah, but I know what I'm talking about. That's the difference.
That's true. You didn't win 6 USHA National 4-wall singles championships because you didn't.
3 serves 1.
We won't even mention, Fred, the 3-wall championships and the doubles championships.
Out.
Nadi Jr., Dave, has never captured that elusive singles national championship.
Point.
Well, even though he hasn't, I think he's definitely a candidate for the Hall of Fame because he had such a great record. And if he wasn't,
2 serves 3.
If it wasn't for David Chapman, you know, he would have won a bunch of national titles. Much the same as, you know, Dennis Hoplander and myself. Dennis is in the Hall of Fame, and deservedly so. I think Nadi Jr. belongs there also when he retires.
3 serves 3. Nope.
Nadi Jr., Dave, actually achieved the #1 pro singles ranking in 1999 and 2000 at the height of Dave Chapman's powers. That in itself is Hall of Fame worthy.
Ooh.
Point.
That sometimes happens, Fred, when the shot is so easy. You tend to lose your concentration just a little bit and make one of those strange errors.
Well, that's why I hate it when guys let up on those shots. They should just hit the ball hard and not worry about it. Great shot by Nadi.
This is really a different game out here today, Fred, with these walls slowing down considerably. Fred, we saw in most of the men's small ball quarterfinal, semifinal, and even final matches, the serve being really the dominant factor. Most rallies not extending beyond 2 shots because the serve was so fast. Here the wall is so slow, Dave, there's almost no way to blow the ball past anybody.
4 serves 4.
Well, you know, You're probably right to a certain extent, but I really think that once they get going and they start feeling it, you're going to see the ball popping a little
Half
bit
out.
more. It was a great shot by Eddie. Fadeaway kill shot.
4 serves 4. Point.
That's
See, there
just-
you go. Serve and shoot. He hit a big reverse that hopped outside the court, got the setup, and then put it away.
Just love to watch that textbook form from Nadi
5
Alvarado
serves
Jr.,
4.
Fred. It's almost
Point.
like Freddie Couples swinging a golf club. It's just so smooth and so easy, yet so powerful.
You know, I find it interesting because I'm getting a sense that you know, they decided they're going to go after Shorty, maybe feeling like, you know, he's just may have played his
6 serves
way
4.
out.
Point.
Great
Amazing
serve.
And
I mean, when you
exactly
can hit
what
an
we
ace in doubles, when you got two guys, you know, covering the court, that's just
7 serves
tremendous
4.
serve.
when we get a little bit of a break in the action, Fred, I want to ask you about the serving here for the small ball singles.
Points.
Could it be also, Fred, that they're going after Shorty because Nadi's best serve is down the right and he's serving from over on the left side with John Bike playing the right?
Well, yeah, because it opens up the court for him. Okay, so they switch sides. Let's see what he
8
does.
serves 4.
Yeah, he's staying with it.
I'm not sure, Fred, that he noticed.
Point.
I think he noticed. I think he's just made up his mind that that's his best serve. And see, his body is open for the
9 serves
return
4.
instead of having the ball behind him, coming from behind his back. You know, he's facing directly towards the ball on the return.
Nadi really looks in a nice groove right here. That's not a good shot. Should have used that high pinch shot there, Fred.
Yeah, we got to play it over. Play it over. Yeah, he had a chance.
I
Still
disagree
up.
with that call. I don't think Eddie had any chance to bring that ball back into the court.
Well, I'll disagree with you there. I think he held up a little bit because John was
Replay.
there.
That's all right. All right.
I think it was close enough.
We'll take a look at the replay here, Fred. That's the shot Nadi probably should have pinched high front wall, sidewall.
See, he kind of held up there, so I think you got to give it to him.
The ball had so much angle on it though, Fred, by the time he would have gotten to it, he would have been staying right at that divider. Not sure he would have had the angle to lift that ball back into the court. Either way though, if there's any chance he could have returned that ball, you have to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what the ref was thinking also.
Oh yeah, I probably. Okay, you guys all set?
After a brief timeout there, Fred, I don't think that was a timeout. I think Nadi went to wipe his glasses. Not an official
All right, 9
timeout.
serves 4.
Score is 9 serving 4. We're playing best out of 3 games, first 2 to 15, tiebreaker if necessary to 11. John's doing exactly what you want a right side player to do, Fred. He's not making any errors. And he's made a couple of really nice
Point.
kill shots when he's had the opportunity with those big soft hands of his.
Yeah, I know. We were talking before the game, and he was telling me what they did last night, and I think they got the right strategy. John's going to keep the ball in play. He's not going to make any errors, and as long as Nadi can continue to serve and pop the ball, I think they're going to be in good shape.
Fred, we have Miss O with Lupita Alvarado Bike,
10
the
serves
wife
4.
of John Bike Jr. and the sister of Nadi Alvarado Jr. Miss O?
Thanks, Dave. Lupita, what is it like to watch your husband and your brother play?
No,
Replay.
I'm sorry.
ahead.
Go ahead. No, it's a very exciting opportunity for not only our brother and my husband, but for the family.
Very close.
It's always nice to see this opportunity come around, and despite how old they are, I think that's the number one question they get all the time.
10 serves
But I think as you grow older and you play this sport and you've been around a long time, patience is your number one goal.
Point.
You come here expecting to make things happen, and you just gotta be a little patient, and that's, I think, what John and my brother do very well.
That's awesome. They definitely are an ageless team.
Okay,
And
I'm
did
saying
you
the ball
ever
was
think that you
good.
would see them competing for this
He's
title again?
feeling that he- No, he's
You
not
always,
even
this is
feeling
what you
that.
plan
He's
for. This is
feeling
what you
that.
set goals
I'm
for,
saying it was
and
good.
of course,
Okay.
everything must
Well,
be a
one
positive
Ruiz,
experience,
point.
and you just root them on, whether it's outdoors, indoors, and any other game
11
involved
serves
that we all
4.
participate in. So very exciting. Yes, this is a good, positive
Point.
experience for all of us.
Thank you, Lupita. Back to you, Dave.
Thank you very much, Miss O. It's great to hear from one of the most positive people you'll ever listen to, Fred, and also
12 serves
one of the
4.
biggest supporters of her brother and husband.
And
Great.
father.
Short.
And she's a great person to have in your corner. She cheers you on at the dinner table, Fred.
Side out.
Well, let's see if they can mount a little
4
comeback
serves
here.
11.
There's
Point.
one of the first unforced errors for John Bike
Thanks.
here in the middle of this first game.
5 serves 11. Short.
A terrible
Half out.
serve there from Shorty. He looks completely spent.
Yeah,
today,
he looks,
Fred.
he, he looks
11.
very flat today,
Short.
which
Side
is
out.
understandable.
Shorty exuded so much positive body language throughout this week, Fred, and right now he looks like he needs about 3 straight weeks in bed.
Or a couple of beers.
Hold on a second. I think I marked the score wrong. I marked 12. It's 12. 12-5. Yeah, 12-5. Apologize. 12 serves 5.
Scores 12-5 here, Fred. And Naughty with just a terrible shot, nearly hitting that shot over the front wall from just 8 feet from the front wall, and
Half out.
clips the top of the wall and lands about 25 feet wide and long. It's probably
12 serves 5.
the widest margin of error I've seen all week. And
Out.
now Naughty with another wide margin,
out.
missing that
Coming
serve
in.
by 12 feet long and wide as it clipped that camera window in the front wall. Thanks to Omar Lemus
5 serves 12.
for his incredible work on the cameras this week, Fred. He's what's made this amazing production possible alongside Fitch Garad and Linda Manning. Just an amazing team we've assembled here, Fred.
Well, you know, Wednesday night, Omar and I got in a cab with his camera and we drove up and down the strip, and he
Sixers
took
12.
some amazing video just to, you know, get sort of the spice of Las Vegas. And then, you know, we've been using that as the intro to our webcast. And, you know, as everybody can see, we continue to strive to be innovative with everything that we do, including the webcasts.
Now, Fred, you're not only our lead analyst here, a Hall of Famer, a multiple-time national pro singles and doubles champion, but you're also the president of the WPH. What does it mean, Fred, for the WPH to put on events like this where we see increased participation and just incredible electricity and excitement at every event?
Well, I think, you know, with what took place last night, I think we've achieved well beyond what we had
7
hoped for.
serves 12.
You know, I've always said that you've got to get the players and the crowd engaged, and that's what makes for really a successful event like this. And if we ever expect to be on TV, you know, we need to have crowd response just like they have at Forest Hills. And I think last night went beyond anything, you know, that we've ever seen in handball. For those of you who
8 serves
tuned in,
12.
you know pretty much what I'm talking about.
Fred dating himself just a little bit there, referencing Forest Hills. They play at Billie Jean King Tennis
9
Center in
serves 12.
Flushing now.
My apologies to all you tennis buffs out there.
Accepted. It's been Nadi and John spraying the ball here in the last couple of rallies. And another air from Nadi Jr. And without doing much, it's been Eddie and Shorty cutting into this lead.
Yeah, they're
10
back in
serves
it.
12.
Really haven't done anything differently, Fred. It's been Nadi and John making a number of errors, and that's a great shot there from Eddie, completely handcuffed.
Eleven serves 12. Over.
You see the patience there from Eddie Chapa, Fred. Had a ball in the mid-court, but chose to drive it rather than shoot it.
11 serves 12.
Maybe too much patience there, Fred?
Well, you know, I think they climbed back into this game, you know, with a bunch of errors from their opponents. So I think he was kind of trying to stay with that strategy to see if they could continue to be steadier.
1 minute coming back in. New team 12 serves 11.
You heard the score there from our referee.
Oh, yeah.
You've got Miss O, Dave, courtside. She's going to give us an update on the conditions out there on the court. Very hot today. Miss O?
Yeah, thanks, Dave. This is amazing. It is toasty, burning hot out here, especially compared to yesterday. And we got a little bit of rain and shade. That was a break yesterday. But we are here today. I don't know how these players are doing it. They must have just drank plenty of water and ate their carbs. Back to you, Dave.
Thank you very much, Miss O. Miss O, Dave, is in that heat. She doesn't get to sit in this air-conditioned luxury box that we have way above the courts here with our buffet service and champagne breakfast. Miss O's down there courtside, 123 degrees on the mercury, on the court, Fred. I know you've played in a lot of big matches in this kind of heat. You spent a lot of years in Miami. How do you manage this kind of heat as a player, Fred?
Well, I think, you know, she hit the nail on the head in terms of continuing to hydrate. You know, basically that's all you can do is keep pouring water down. You know, this is different from what I grew up with because Miami,
ready?
of course, was very
Okay, time's
humid.
in. 12 serves 11.
Now, what is humid? Do you spell that U-M-I-D?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Point.
And that time it was poor communication between Eddie and Shorty that cost him that rally. You saw both guys going for the same ball in the middle of the court. Uncharacteristic error. Cost him the rally and the point.
Hey, Rick, can I get a can? That's all right. That's all right.
Up next, Fred, immediately following the conclusion of this match, of course, we'll have our post-match interviews with the winning team with the lovely Miss O, and that will be immediately followed by the men's big ball singles
13
final
serves 11.
between Boxer Rosales and the G-Man, Velasquez. I know you're looking forward to that, Fred.
Absolutely.
Half out.
Big air there.
13 serves 11.
Squandering a great opportunity in the front court, Team Alvarado. John has a rule, Dave, that the server always hits the shot on the return of serve. That time he violated it, put his team in a bad spot, and then a terrible miscommunication there between Nadi and John, just letting that ball go.
11 serves 13.
Yeah, I mean, they opened up the door there. You know, at 13, you got to be able to finish this. Can't be making those mistakes.
Particularly in doubles, Fred, when you let a team come in with two serves.
Wow, look at that shot.
And that's a little bit of inexperience playing this short wall, three wall game from Nadi Alvarado Jr. Let that ball get too deep cut off the angle completely and really had no play on that ball. You would have seen Eddie Chapa taking that much closer to the sideline on the way up.
Well, I think he would have taken it with his right hand. I think that's where, you know, he made the mistake. Let's see what he does here, down the middle. See, watch, he takes it right-handed, and then he's got the angle.
Nadi goes for a very tough shot. Now, Fred, last year the walls here were 20 feet high. This year, 16 feet high. How much of an impact does that have on the matches out here?
I think it makes a significant impact because, you know, you just start pulling your shots a little bit more when you're hitting it overhand because you don't want the ball to go over.
It seems like it affects the return of serve most, Fred, because it's almost impossible to play good defense with the wall just 16 feet high.
Well, they've come all the way back and taken the lead. It's 14-13.
This is what we saw Shorty do against Sean Lenning yesterday. And a terrible error there from Nadi Jr. Really, we couldn't have never seen this coming the way that this game started, but it was John Bike and Nadi just sort of imploding there, Fred, midway through the first game and until the conclusion of that game.
But, you know, they got out to a big lead. I think they probably may have let up a little bit and then lost their concentration after missing a few shots, a combination of factors. You know, you just got to keep that intensity going until the last point, until you close it out. And I think they definitely let down a little bit.
Fred, we're going to take a quick 3-minute break here between games, and we're going to catch all of our fans on the flip side, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Rethink what you know about this Vegas icon. Elevate your expectations at the Stratosphere Hotel, Casino, and Tower. See what's new, up, down, and all around.
Ahern Rentals is the largest independently owned and operated rental business in the United States. We are proud to maintain outstanding working relationships with over 100 manufacturers, including JLG, Skyjack, Genie, Kubota, Multiquip, Honda, and many more. From coast to coast, Ahern Rentals is here to service your equipment rental needs. For a complete list of locations near you, please visit us at www.ahern.com or call 1-800-400-1610.
It's very rare that you actually play a legend.
Yeah.
And to beat him.
Oh yeah, twice. Nobody believed in my people, so that's why they had to come out here and see it, because they didn't believe me the first time I beat them.
So what was different? Was from the match in Toledo to here? Was it pretty much the same thing? Or?
It was the same thing. You know, that guy, you know, he tried to play with my head, but he was just giving me more motivation. He was motivating me to beat him. And I wanted to show my people that I could do it, that I came out here for a reason. And, you know, I showed them, you know, I did. So I can't hold up that win high. I still got the tournament left, you know. That win ain't that, it's a good win, but not that good of a win. Yeah.
just want to ask you a little bit about, I guess, your physical and mental training. What did you do to prepare for this tournament?
I'm a big baller. I play big ball. Little ball, I only play when I go to the tournaments. I don't play little ball at all. I'm a big ball player. I play once a week. That's all I do in training. I don't run. I don't do nothing. It's just, I don't know, it just comes natural to me. I bet if I train, I think I could go further in handball. And my mental game, I'm used to being in situations where it's tense, but I won't break. I mean, where I play, there's people screaming, yelling, cursing you out, and you can't let that bother you. So, you know, this is something, nothing new to me. It's something, you know, I've known. So I thank all those people that scream at me out there to prepare me. Part of my training to prepare me. So, you know, against this guy.
Go. And we are back live from the Stratosphere. Game number 2, the men's pro small ball doubles final. John Bike hitting what was called a short serve.
No appeal?
0-0.
Could have appealed. We do have linesmen. I'm the linesman on this right sideline. I saw the ball good.
Over.
Shorty Ruiz, Dave, or excuse me, Fred, spending the entire break between games massaging his elbow in the booth.
Yeah, but look at that serve, okay? It shows you what a competitor he is.
He also competed very hard in the Las Vegas nightlife.
Half out.
Into the wee hours of the morning.
Well, after that victory last night, he deserved it.
I agree. You see Eddie and Shorty Dave with a little bit more zip on their shots here in this second game. It looks like they can see the finish line. They're going to try and put this match away.
Side out. 0-0. Point.
I think John's going to open up a little bit now with the serve. Starting to feel comfortable.
1-0.
John tried to fake him out there, and Shawty didn't go for it. Put it right back.
1-0. Side out.
It's an unforced error from Nadi. He's got to pound that ball. What he does here. Came up a little bit.
And Nadi jammed on that side wall, that ball meeting the side wall on the floor at just the same time. Nadi unable to scoop it up.
Yeah, I'd like to see him pound the ball a little bit more instead of taking those half strokes.
Let's not forget, Fred, that John Bike is a three-wall national champion, singles and doubles multiple times. He knows his way around a three-wall court.
Yeah, I like to see John get a little bit more aggressive here. You know, get into it a little bit more instead of just trying to get the ball back.
he's got to remember that he's a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest players of all time.
Yeah, and he's got game. I want to see him use it.
Seems a little bit passive out here.
2 serves 1.
Showing a little bit too much deference to his brother-in-law. You can see why his brother-in-law's the 3rd best player in the world right now, but John's got to also remember he's got some serious game, like you said, Fred.
You said it was good? Good call, Rick. 3 serves 1.
I like to watch these backcourt rallies, Fred, as these guys play cat and mouse, waiting for their opportunity.
Here it is. That's it. Put it back up there.
And that's one of the longest rallies of the match, Dave. We've got Misso courtside right now, Fred, with J.A.B., the son of John Bike Jr. and the nephew of Nadi Alvarado Jr., and also a great aspiring talent in handball, Misso.
Yeah, Dave. Hey, what is it like to watch your dad and your uncle competing?
It's really fun, and I'm happy they're in the finals. I did not want to leave Vegas early. We would have had to leave at 6 a.m. I wouldn't have liked that.
You're so young and you love Vegas already. Now, do you receive a lot of coaching from your dad and your uncle?
Yeah, a lot. Like whenever I do mistakes when we're playing, they always tell me what to do right. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you. And back to you, Dave.
Thank you, Misso. It's probably our youngest interview we've ever had on the webcast, Dave. That's, excuse me, Fred. I'm looking right at you and calling you Dave. Great to hear from J.A.B., John Bike the third.
A little, you know, John's not shy, and you know he's a veteran player. You know, he's been on the webcast before. Won a 11-10 tiebreaker a couple years ago in the Junior Nationals. And the thing I like about him the most is that you know, he's one of the best Yankee fans out there. Loves the Yankees.
Young John was playing my wife in 3-wall at Lowe's Cab about 4 years ago, Fred, and sort of a round-robin junior fun day, and he said to the kid waiting on the court while he was playing my wife, "Just stay right there, I'll have her finished off real quick." He was about 6 years old at the time. He's got that Alvarado confidence.
He's got it, you know, he's got the pedigree.
He's got the Misso swagger.
He's got the best pedigree in handball.
Is it all right up there? Four serves 2.
His only competition really would be, Fred, if somehow the Lewis and Chapman clan got together.
How would that work?
5 serves 2.
I'd have to go through a lot of steps here.
That would not work. I'm sorry.
Side out.
Good shot, Nadi.
You guys want a timeout, Eddie? First timeout. Coming back in. 2 serves 5. 1 minute.
John Bike and Nadi, Fred, have been dramatically outplayed here since the middle of that first game when they held a nice lead. Relinquished that lead, losing 15-13 after leading by 6 points, and now they find themselves trailing 5-2, and it's Shorty Ruiz and Eddie Chapa just 10 points from a shorty slam.
Well, I like to see the Bike Alvarado duo here throw a little caution to the wind and open up a little bit more. You know, I'm watching, I'm seeing some shots that are, you know, that they're pulling back a little bit, and you know, there's Nadi Jr. out there on the court. He's stretching right now, so he might be hurting a little bit. Maybe that's why he's pulling his shots.
Well, you know the old adage in sports, Fred, everybody's hurt out there, particularly in the finals. It's been a long road to the finals for all 4 of these guys. each one of them, Fred, playing more than one division except for John Bike, but he's got 45 years behind him, so that's enough of a handicap.
Well, to a certain extent, you know, John keeps himself in great shape. He looks great. You know, he can still do it even at the age of 45.
And there's the announcer's curse, Fred.
Of course.
John not only hitting that serve long, that actually landed in the second row of the bleachers, which is about 30 feet behind the back line. Look at that reverse. Noddy hit the right shot there with that high pinch, but he caught a dead board and the ball completely slowed down. Gave Eddie the opportunity to drive the pinch into the same spot.
Yeah, you know, I just see him pinching too much. I just see him blast the ball to the right or blast it, you know, when he's got them out of position, you know, there's an opening there and he's not taking advantage of it.
5 serves 2.
And that's the kind of handball you'd like to see, Fred. Shorty Ruiz just pounding that ball.
He called it before he took it.
I'm shocked at that call, Fred. I
Replay,
didn't see that
5
contact,
2.
but that was a very tough shot to handle.
Point.
And I
Well,
suppose
that was a great
that's,
shot.
I suppose, Fred, that's handball justice if you believe in
6
such a
serves
thing.
2.
There's plenty of non-believers out there. I'm sort of a non-practicing believer myself.
Out.
Point. Coming in.
Fred, we see Sandy Ing out there on the back courts holding the clipboard. That means that Tracy Davis is our women's champion.
7 serves 2.
Defeating the defending women's champion.
Ooh, point. I saw it good. You gonna peel it? You agree? One agrees. One agrees. Call stands.
We could actually go to the instant replay on that.
You call it, Dave.
8 serves 2.
Well, the play is back in action now, Fred, so it's too late for the appeal. Could have been called there from our referee, but not. Surprisingly.
See, that's the shot I want to see more of. I want to see him pounding the ball. You know, when his opponent is up front, pound it right at him.
And that's a beautiful corner kill pinch. From Shorty.
9 serves 2.
After this rally, Fred, we're going to have Miss O with a good friend and competitor to Eddie Chapa and Shorty Ruiz. Miss O with Sal Duenas.
No, Sal, you're watching your good friends Shorty and Eddie out here play against 2 living legends. How nervous are they playing against these legends today?
Honestly, I don't think there's any nervousness whatsoever. Shorty and Eddie play a lot out in LA, and I think they're more excited than nervous to be in this.
3 serves 9.
It's a good thing. Thank you, Sal. And back to you, Dave.
Thank you, Miss O. And Fred, Sal, echoing what you said, that there's really no nerves involved here, more excitement. These guys aren't intimidated. They've been around the top level of the sport for so many years. This is just a great opportunity for them to capture a huge championship.
9. Over.
Fred, we'll be seeing all 4 of these guys in about a month at Los Cap at the Simple Green US Open. That's one of the premier stops on the Race for 8 Pro Tour and also one of the premier events in all of handball, Fred. I know that the WPH is excited to be a part of that. They're going to be building these kind of 3-wall courts on the tennis courts at Los Cap. And of course, we'll have the men's small ball 4-wall singles championship with $10,000 going to the winner. Also, men's small ball doubles 4-wall and just
Fourth
really a
and
handball
9.
carnival at Los Cab this year. You'll see all of these guys and many, many more
Point.
of the great players in the game in Los Cab.
Well, again, our hats off to Noddy Sr., Bruce Fabrizio from Simple Green for having the foresight to come up with the idea of putting you know, an outdoor court on the tennis courts there at Los Cab, and you know, we're just going to have another great, exciting WPH event.
And let's not forget, Fred, as
Wow.
we watch a beautiful shot there from Noddy Alvarado Jr. Even drew a wow from the Hall of Famer, Fred Lewis.
Sixers 9.
Well, let's see. We could have a change of momentum here, just like we had in the first game.
Point.
And you see Noddy nodding his head, trying to get his partner and himself pumped up here.
Seven serves 9.
Fred, you've won a lot of doubles championships. How important is it to keep your partner engaged and also yourself?
It was good.
Well, you know, doubles is a team sport, and so somebody has to be in charge. Usually it's the left side player, and it's very important. Communication is so important. It's important to know,
9 serves 7.
you know, which shots to take, which shots to leave, and when you're not sure, you got to talk to each other and communicate.
Half out.
So that, you know, you don't have these errors of miscommunication in the court. That's really the key to doubles.
Oftentimes, Fred, you see teams really positive with one another when they're winning, and then when things go poorly, it's all of a sudden this terrible body language and moping. It's really most important to have that communication when you go through a dry spell during matches.
Well, you know, that's why I say it's important that the left side player be the
10 for
leader.
7.
Usually, you know, that's the guy that has to keep his head in the match and make sure that, you know, his partner is engaged and, you know, doing the right things and being supportive. You know, it's just like in any other sport, you know, you can't get down on your teammates. Boy, did Eddie read that one right.
That's one of the few times, Fred, that you'll see Noddy yelling at himself, disappointed with himself for missing that very easy shot.
I think he thought he had the last shot was down, and Eddie just read it perfectly, and you know, it was
11
right there.
serves 7.
It's out.
That's a long ball. Great catch from our sideline reporter there.
Seven serves 11.
Great serve there. Handled, though, by Shorty. I'm not sure, Fred, that Noddy and John want to engage in these deep court rallies with Braulio and Eddie. These guys are so skilled playing the overhand game from the back court.
7 serves 11. Out.
Well, we saw, you know, two mistakes there. The shot before that, a little error in judgment. He thought the ball was going over, and then, you know, hit the next serve out. They just gave up two big opportunities
11
to score.
serves 7.
You know, you play a lot of points out here, Fred, but a lot of times there's just one or two pivotal points.
He wasn't moving, and he was off to the left.
Let's take a look at the instant replay in here, Fred. I think that might have been an avoidable hinder.
Well, you know, it was close. He had the right alley. Let's see if Shorty moves into the shot.
I don't think it was.
No, I don't think so.
John had the right side of the court there.
Exactly.
Out.
Great replay there from our crack camera staff. Just amazing coverage, and it's all in HD.
7.
I know you like that, Fred. You like to go home and watch the action and critique all of the announcing on your 120-foot flat screen.
I don't have to critique you guys. You do a great job.
Thank you. And there's John with a nice get up there in the front court. This is just amazing action there, and John Bike misjudging that ball completely. There's a little bit of a shadow up there in the front corner of that court. I don't know if John lost the ball for a second there, but
it's your second timeout.
You know, I think that shot surprised him because Eddie's been going off the court like that and hitting that 2-wall return, and I think John expected him to do that, and he crossed him up by, you know, hitting it straight back at him.
we are here live at the Stratosphere. Dave Fink alongside Hall of Famer and my guest color analyst for this match, Fred Lewis. World Outdoor Racquetball, WPH Handball, World 3-Wall Ball Championships. This is our men's small ball doubles final. Shorty Ruiz, the number 8 seed here in the singles, shocked the number 1 seed, the number 4 seed, and the number 2 seed en route to winning the singles championship. Now he's just 3 points from slamming here in the doubles. We have never had a small ball slam here in Vegas. This is our second year out here, Fred, but there's always a first for everything, and it looks like Shorty will be that first.
Well, they need to score 3 points. Let's see if the Bike Alvarado team here can hold them.
Serve 7. Short, side out.
That was one of the worst shots, Fred, that we've seen all week. A completely mishit serve. Sometimes, Fred, you'll see guys hit serves long or short, but not because they completely mishit them. That ball was hit on the bottom of his hand. And that's another mishit from Eddie Chapa, leading to a quick side out and a quick point for the Alvarado clan, the Alvarado duo.
Well, that could be a momentum changer.
12.
Let's see what John can do here with the serve. Another good deep serve. Oh.
Half out.
We don't see Nani Jr. taking too many balls out of the air, Fred, because he plays primarily 4-wall, and he's got such a great back wall game that you see him let a lot of those balls bounce, go to the back wall, and I think this 3-wall game will only help us.
I think you try to, you know, aim that shot instead of hitting it hard, and you know, that's been my biggest criticism so far of this match. I want to see him bombing the ball.
Half out.
You know, good things usually happen when you hit the ball hard consistently. And I say that over and over and over again.
Nikolai Nahorny had great proof of that, Fred. He's one of the hardest hitters in the game now, and he wails at the ball with every swing with both hands. And that's been the knock on Nadi Jr., Fred. If the ball's not exactly where he expects it to be, he doesn't make those last-second adjustments, and you see him make a lot of those strange sort of hand airs as a result.
13 serves 8.
Well, I know, because he's not thinking hard. He's thinking, I got to roll the ball out, when he really doesn't have to.
Out.
Terrible mistake there from Eddie Chapa. Not even close on that angled overhand shot attempt.
8 serves 13.
And that's the second point-blank fly kill that the Alvarado clan has missed in the last 3 rallies. Those are pivotal mistakes, Fred, particularly when you're trailing 13-8.
8 serves 13.
Playing to 15 after you've lost the first game. And Nadi Alvarado off balance on that serve. The ball didn't bounce as he expected. Rather than catching it, Fred, which he could have, he hit it anyway, and they win the point despite that.
Well, he made the adjustment, and he ended up hitting a good serve and got a setup.
9 serves 13.
John.
Point.
Well, John was all over that one. Good read.
Serve 13.
Okay, we need concentration here from Nadi to hit a good serve.
Amazing serve there from Nadi, his
Point.
best serve of the match. Shorty actually reading that hop and still had no opportunity to play that return.
Well, you know, Nadi can do it. He's got to concentrate. Same thing.
11 serves 13.
What seems to make the small ball doubles so much more exciting, Dave, than the small ball singles is that the players can actually return the serve with the court being 23 feet wide and players hitting the ball as hard with as much hop as they are. It's nearly impossible to return the serve in the small ball singles, and that's what we saw here throughout this tournament. I'd like to see the rules committee, Fred, consider serving into quadrants, much like tennis, for next year's small ball singles, so we can see some more rallies and see some more of these skills from these amazing players. I guess you'll just ponder that as
Oh, am I on
Shorty.
the committee? I thought that was a rhetorical question.
It was a two-way, rhetorical or an opportunity to
Well,
respond.
All right, my response is I'm not
13
committal.
serves 12.
Okay. I'm sure you will be after about 3,500 emails as well.
Over. Screen.
Late call, but I think the right one from our referee.
Yes, definitely.
13 serves 12. Point.
A little too casual on that return.
14 serves 12.
Miss O is on the grounds here, Fred.
Out.
She'll be looking to interview Eddie and Shorty should they win this next point.
14 serves 12.
Not a good shot there, though, from Shorty Ruiz. I'm surprised Nadi had John take that shot. Not a good shot from Nadi. Nadi went for it and just under the hand of Eddie Chapa there. Just inches, Fred, from winning this championship, but it's Nadi Alvarado and John Bike back in to serve. And they've got
12 serves 14.
a legitimate chance to force the tiebreaker here. 3 points to score, 2 serves to score 3 points. And a terrible error there from John Bike. He just faced the front wall there, Fred, rather than turning his body and just tried to scoop that shot. A total error. And even if he makes that shot, Fred, it has nothing on it, so just a big setup. So just a lapse in concentration there from the Hall of Famer.
12 serves 14.
Not a good shot there from John again.
Out. Yes, it was out. It was out.
What a lead.
Ball.
We will check the instant replay on this shot. Let's see, Fred, if our camera crew can give us a good angle here of this shot. We'll let our referee take a look at this, Fred. We are just the announce team here. Fitch, if we could go back and take a look at that one more time in slow motion. Let's see this ball coming down here.
Stop it.
Looked like it was out to me.
Yeah, it was out.
Definitely out. A good call from our referee there. Fred, I don't know how Tommy Little was able to make that call, but that's why he's the best in the business. Just an incredible call in crunch time there. And believe it or not, Fred, that actually helps Nadi Alvarado put that behind him, knowing that that ball actually was out. He can now just concentrate on the next point. Unfortunately for he and John Bike.
Yeah, you're coming in. That was a side out. New team
It's
coming in.
2 serves
Well,
to
they got
win
2
1
serves
point.
to make 1.
14 serves 12.
Nice get from John.
Oh,
That'll
what a
stay in.
return.
Good ball.
incredibly, Fred.
Great
Eddie
get by
Chapa
Nadi.
and Shorty Ruiz at point-blank range could not close the door and put the ball down.
14 serves 12.
This is their 4th serve now for the match. Not a good shot there from Nadi, but it stays in. And Shorty blasts the ball, and now it's the Shorty slam teaming with Eddie Chapa, the veteran. Miss O is going to run out onto the court and get a word with the new champions. Miss O, let's see if you can corral these heroes.
Can I get a minute with you real quick on the court here?
We'll see if we can get Eddie Chapa in there as well. Eddie Chapa, one of the funniest guys
where'd your
that
partner
you'll
go
listen
here?
to. Eddie is right here in front of the booth. We're going to get to hear from both these guys after that amazing championship defeating 2 living legends. Miss O.
Yes, thanks, Dave. Here they are. Now, congratulations to you guys. You guys were amazing. You seemed a little bit more tired than your opposing team here, but you pulled through and you won the title. How does it feel?
Pretty good, you know. Never slammed in a big tournament like this, but it's pretty good, you know. Feels good. A little bit tired.
Yes. What could you have done differently maybe to prepare for the match? Maybe.
I don't think we could have done anything. I think we did everything in the bike, and Nati, they're real good opponents. We can't take nothing away from them. Right now, I'm having a hard time breathing, so I'll pass it to short here.
Oh, and Dave, it is so hot out here. It is scorching. It's unbelievable. You guys have to stay, replenished and everything. How about find a nice swimming pool somewhere? There's plenty of those in Vegas.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Back to you, Dave.
Thank you, Miss O. We'll let these guys grab some shade and Gatorade and water, Fred, and we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to see you in just about 15 minutes for the men's big ball pro singles final for Fred Lewis, Miss O, Fitch Garad, Linda Manning, Omar Lemus, all the volunteers here at the World Outdoor Racquetball and WPH Handball Championships, and myself, Dave Fink. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in about 15 minutes.
Best players of all time in racquetball is getting ready to make a historical final farewell on the IRT Tour. Ruben Gonzalez has announced that he is officially coming back to play full-time professional racquetball at the age of 58.
Nobody deserves a farewell tour more than Ruben, with his career being the legend.
You can't never give up. This is, we could keep going and keep going forever.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. Ruben Gonzalez.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Zions, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
My name's Anthony Herrera. Gearbox is my lifestyle.
Rethink what you know about this Vegas icon. Elevate your expectations at the Stratosphere Hotel, Casino and Tower. See what's new, up, down, and all around.